And I am Rusty. Hey, y'all. Oh, man. Migualas, how y'all doing? Oh, my gosh. Let me see. I want to see all the messages because it's been forever since I've been on here. So, yeah, let's get that going. Let's see where you're checking in from, please. Let me know in the chat. I would love to know where you are. Yeah, we set up our overlay based on Zoom. We do that. No problem. So let me know where you're at, lovely people. Let's see. All messages are visible. If there are any messages, some of you might be using the as you can see, nothing has changed. Some of you might be using the actual Hoover app for the event. Others of you might not. Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. So, give me just a brief second to fix a problem I created because that's what I thrive in. That's my wheelhouse today. And then we'll get started. Nothing has changed. Things are just as haphazard as they used to be when I used to be on the channel more actively. So I know you all are acclimated to the shenanigans and whatnot and kind of know how to handle that craziness. But what we're going to be doing today is talking about a handful of songs, not a very thorough. This wig is going all over the place. Yes, it is a wig. Y'all already know my hair is never this brown. Um, we're going to be talking about a few things in music. Not a whole bunch, a lot, but just enough to be entertained by what eventually will be a part of my podcasts. This won't be something that is solely regulated to this. Oh my gosh, someone is tuning in from the UK. That's wonderful. Nice to have you. That is really, really nice. Thank you. Give me just a moment, everyone, because I'm also in charge of a few other things. Here we go. There we go. Change this around to say 4. And they're good. All right. As I said, it's been a while. It's been a long time. I haven't been on YouTube in what, 4.5 months at this point. That's ridiculous. So we have, yes, have waited for this for so long. I get so inspired to make music whenever I watch you talk about music. Thank you. DS is from UK. Been a minute, but I'm glad I got to pop in. I'm glad that you all are here. It's been a long time, and I am retired. Don't get it twisted. I'm typing that in Twitter right now. I'm retired, but I had to do what I had to do for the one time. There we go. Letting others know that they can pop in and check it out too, because it's been a long time. Been a long time. I just heard someone get kicked out of a Zoom. Should I panic? Must one panic? I think everyone is good right now. All right. We're talking music. Yes. Let me pick this up. Move on over here. So if you are unfamiliar with great moments in production and delivery, it is a haphazard, hot mess video moment of conversing about nuances and magical things in music. I am not in my usual home space. There is a glare on my glasses. So we're going to figure this out together. Usually I would have some ratty headphones to kind of sustain you, but not this time. Not this time. It's just you and me and a TV speaker, I hope. So while you all are trickling in, because I don't have as many songs as I would in the usual Gmpd, because again, like I said, it's been a long time, I still nonetheless want to give you a few things to listen to and just to catch up in general. It's really odd when you are no longer a YouTuber and then you come back on YouTube out of nowhere like, hey, what up though? Instead of a recorded video, you know. So we got more people popping in. Trayvon Boyd, who has for years maintained dropping a good hot hey in my comments. Yay, my favorite teacher is here. Hey, Regina. And we have Momalaka. Hey, how you doing? All right. We're going to talk about just a handful of groups today. For this particular event, the KPSN Podcast Festival, this is an annual event that focuses on raising awareness and a donation to the National Alliance for Mental Illness. So I am participating not just as the organizer, but as a content contributor as well. So this session, I decided I wanted to make it publicly accessible to everyone because it's been a while. But my second session this evening, where I create a manifesto as a K-pop fan, you need to buy a ticket to be able to participate in that and all the other exciting things that are going on. So you will want to check out solo, SOLO.TO/KPSN fun, FUN, and you'll be able to see the tickets that are still available as well as learn about the event, its sponsors, and its exhibitors. So it's a very good cause in the Hallyu scene, and it is the world's largest podcast fest strictly focused on Hallyu. Pretty cool stuff. Side note, Ash, my tweet got suspended. I followed you again, though. Harold! I'm so nice to see you. It's very nice to see you. All right. Music, right? For those who might be unfamiliar, which would be odd at this point, because, like, everybody knows, but at this point, I am heavily focused on a podcast called An Album a Day. And An Album a Day grew from great moments in production and delivery. That was like the mama of the baby. And great moments in production and delivery allowed me a moment to be able to talk a little bit more in depth about nuances in music, little moments where the beat is dope, or how some vocals ascended normality and whatnot. With An Album a Day, I talk about that more so from the concept of the album in its entirety. Gmpd, for all intents and purposes, had to take a back seat as the podcast got developed. And once that got developed, now I'm at the space where I can afford to do Gmpd on the podcast. That's still coming though. We got to finish season 6. Season 6 got delayed drastically. Things are recorded and already ready to go, but not able to be listened to. So I guess that's going to have to wait until the podcast festival to basically be available again. So we're just going to do a little sample, a little dabble of it today. We're going to talk about a song by NCT Dream, talk about a song from Twice, a song from Stray Kids, possibly a song from Taeyeon of Girls' Generation. Not so certain just yet. Queen, I stand Ash. So, yeah. I have to give you all the disclaimer, and quite honestly, I'm rusty on it because it's been a long time. So, bear with me. In no shape, form, or fashion am I saying that my opinions are the absolute end-all, be-all of opinions about music. However, I do have a background in music as working in the American music industry and as a music producer, as well as just being a massive fan. So if nothing else you gain from this, I can guarantee that you will walk away from this never hearing these songs the same way again. And that is the beauty of the music. That's the beauty right there. What's that someone said? No, your opinions aren't plugged, Miss Blink. I produce music under the moniker, my actual nickname, Blink, but I produce music under the moniker Miss Blink, MSBLINK, all one word. You can hear some of my jazams that way. I might play a jazam for you right now. Just a short one, just a little quick ditty before I jump into trying to non-haphazardly explain these handful of songs I wanted to share with you all. So odd to be back on here. Like, I understand for all of us, we just watch YouTube, but from going to being a content creator to coming up off it, it's just crazy. And I'm sure you hear all of the airplanes flying above me and whatnot. Look, if you new here, this might be annoying, but for those of you who are long time tried and true, why is this doing to me? Why is this doing this? Why is it being raggedy? For those of you who are tried and true Magwalas, you know none of my stuff be working in order. Never. It's always a aspect of ratchetry going on. Always. Ah, there I am. Okay, there's my music content. Delightful. I'll give you just a little dabble of something right quick. Nothing too intense. Because we don't have that kind of time. We don't have that kind of time. Plus, I don't want to blow this speaker. Let's see some more comments that we have going on. I also have you not just on the camera here, my phone, but in front of me. We have a song together. We have a song together, the Y2K cast. I still don't listen to XO Monster the same because of you in a good way. Man, destroyed my spirit. Amazing. Yes, Miss Blink. Miss Blink, bring the fuego. Ooh, airplanes interrupting the stream. Now that is a throwback. That's a throwback. When I lived in Korea, it's always a damn airplane. All the time. All right. I'm trying to find something that would be appealing to listen to that would be hype right now. Nothing feels right because I barely listen to my own stuff on YouTube. I listen to the new stuff from my album. So last year I released a couple of albums. Let's get this trending on Twitter. Hey, get it trending. What can we play? I'm gonna play something. Panic at the Disco? Bet. All right, so they want a facet of my ratchetry. How do I navigate this? This is all new to me, looking at it on the screen. All right, so I have a song called Panic. We'll play that. I can't wait for the baby nugget. I can't wait for the baby nugget either. All right. First off, I have no control over that. That's a commercial. Good old podcast. Knowing doggone, not podcast, YouTube. Knowing dang well I have access to YouTube TV, but whatever. We're going to do what we want to do here. When you pay with Credit Karma money, you could win.
Yeah, she panicked at the disco. She motherfucking panicked at the disco. And you can't act like you ain't even know. She on 10 cause she panicked at the disco. Yeah, and she panicked at the disco. She wild out and panicked at the disco. Girl, and you can't act like you ain't even know. She out here and she panicked at the disco. Riding around town, think she looking real cute. Got the text at the red light, gave her the scoop. It said, you never believe who I just saw. They out here looking chummy and they having a ball. The pig came through, light turned green. Phone got tossed into the passenger seat. Busted you, hop on the freeway. I'm clocking you, photo-proof, kill the leeway. Who the fuck is this? Who is this bitch? Dog. Yeah, she panicked at the disco. She motherfucking panicked at the disco. And you can't act like you ain't even know. She on 10 cause she panicked at the disco. Yo, and she panicked at the disco. She wild out and panicked at the disco. Girl, and you can't act like you ain't even know. She out here and she panicked at the disco.
That's me, drunk.
My name is Blink.
That's me. All right, so we're in the right mindset for music now. Yes, yes. When we're talking about songs that happen to have some belly to it, such as that one, song got a little bit of some kick to it, a little bit of some stank. A song that unexpectedly has some kick and some stank to it would be NCT Dream. You're like, wait, hot sauce? Nah, cuh. We're not talking about hot sauce. Not hot sauce. What I want us to talk about instead is what they did in 2020. Now, when NCT gets together as the super group that they are, yes, in and of themselves, they are one. I like to refer to them as NCT Look at All Them Chickens. So last year, NCT Look at All Them Chickens got together for 2020. And quite honestly, it was needed. It was needed because last year was awful. So we have the compilation album Getting Together, all of the different subunits, all the members, the whole 9 yards, the kit and caboodle. And it was the first time that we had Mark return to the unit that he once led, which is like, what? Yeah, like, I'm not going to lie to you all. watching the video, watching the teaser for the video before it dropped. And Mark turns around and he looks at the camera and the rest of the group is looking at him. I teared up. Yes, I'm a dweeb. But when you love this stuff, it's kind of hard not to. Like, it's just, you know what him returning meant to the group and meant to the music. So this song, Deja Vu, nice little simple song. It's tossed in there. They was like, let's go ahead and get a little baby line, some music to do. Well, they didn't have to slap so aggressively hard on this song. And I'm not talking about them in terms of the lyrical delivery or anything. What I'm talking about is the composition of the track, the actual song. The song starts off with Haechan doing what he does best, setting the dang on mood. And he's just cooing, ooh, ooh, wah, ah, ooh. And you got Mark saying what he needs to say over that. Here we go, here we go. Even though it's not an echo there, and that's my only critique of this song, it needed to be reverb on that part. It goes, here we go, hey, but it needs to be a reverb. It needs to be. And then he goes, hey, never waiting for, which sounds like remember where you're from, because English spoken by Koreans. Even though he speaks English fluently, it happens. You get a place, things get jumbled up. Anywho, Haechan comes in. Haechan comes in with the English line, good timing. And baby, when I tell you it is, it is. The timing I'm talking about is the snare drum. If you're familiar with snares, then you are familiar with parades, with bands. And there's a specific thing that occurs when you're working with a snare. It's got a very crisp sound to it. One of my favorite snare introductions on any song would be Odessa's Loyal, which a lot of us got exposed to by way of Apple in 2018. I got exposed to it sitting in an Airbnb with my friend in Seoul, South Korea, and I just happened to look and see Odessa had a new song. The song starts off with that's a military cadence on a snare drum. So a snare makes itself known, very crisp, very sharp. Depending upon where you hit on that drum, you can get some real good depth. Nonetheless, it gets you moving. Well, NCT Dream was like, yeah, sure, we can go ahead and deliver on that. Let's go ahead and get y'all moving. Let's have Haechan do whatever it is he does, which is talk recklessly on a track with his youthful self, while we give him the carriage of a snare just traveling while we distort a bass line. What, Ashley? It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. Let's just listen to it first. And of course, you know, to maximize on your listening experience, you're going to want to seclude yourself in a closet or with headphones or be in a car where you can really hear the depth of what I'm going to explain. So let's take a raw listen first. Yes? I'm not going to look at the video because that's going to mess me up. I just need to hear the song. I'm going to get too hyped.
You want to be a winner, then get a...
I don't want to be a winner. That sandwich look real good. I'm actually hungry right now. Lunch is soon. Okay. Slight little distortions. The song makes a circle around you.
So be ready, my team. No urgency, not actually don't know what I'm dreaming.
Yeah.
이름을 불러줘. 다시 한번 burn, 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 burn.
The young man worked. That's 43 seconds from start to that part. 43 seconds of MFN build up, okay? Let's dismantle this. Let's dissect it. Let's get into it. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. You're starting with strings. These might actually have been a actual viola or a violin. They put a little bit of a distortion on and created a loop from. So you got the introduction giving you something very unexpected. You have no idea that this song is about to gang on you like this. You have Haechan accenting the strings, Nice, real clean, doing what he need to do. Yes, Si, he is the light skinned of the group. And you have him go into falsetto. While he's doing that, there's a guitar in the back that they have a heavy distortion on. You hear the guitar go, literally, when I'm saying the sound rounds itself, when I say the sound rounds itself, what they did was they compressed the audio and maximized on the amplification of the bass in the song. You hear it creep up on you. That's why when the song goes boom, that boom is right in your face. And you're like, oh, this is exciting. When you watch the video as a fan of NCT, all this buildup happens and Mark turns toward the camera and we realize, oh my God, it's the first time they've been back together. Oh, I'm going to cry. It's the first time they've been back together as a unit since he graduated from it. And Haechan is going to be next if they don't keep the unit together, which they are. You have this moment and the explosiveness of that. It's papers flying and everywhere. The young men are just frozen while the papers and everything is moving around, just building up on that playfulness that you hear with the xylophone that's in it. Very childlike, very innocent. And then you hear the horns, and it's not an actual horn. It's a keyboard. Boom, boom. You get this beat. Boom, 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 boom. That's it. That's the beat. Nothing fantastic. They put a little bit of grit on it. They let Haechan ride the track. You can hear the cadence drum going and he's progressing through the chorus, not the chorus, as he's progressing through his lines, the cadence just get to stanking. It just gets to funking it all the way up. And you start to hear a clap going on. There's a buildup that's getting you energized. You don't know what they saying. More than half of us are not fluent in Korean. However, you feel the vibe. You feel the energy buildup. Again, to get the full experience of this, you're going to have to take it upon yourselves to listen in a headphone or listen in your car and whatnot. But take those little things that I just shared with you and take that into mind now. I'm going to guide you through it. It's almost like a 360 audio. Exactly. It really swells around you. The entire song is not this fun. Not gonna lie to you. It's an enjoyable song, but these first 43 to 45 seconds are dynamic. The way that the vocals are stacked and everything and the ad-libs is perfection. Let's give it a try again. We've got the string and Haechan. Stop the music. Build up. Claps. This shit is hype. That's an amazing 45 seconds. Those young men stretch in, pull you. It's amazing. The song ascends to other areas thereafter. Not saying it's not fun, but those first 43 to 45 seconds, magical. I get goosebumps literally every time. That's how you build up if you go and you watch a band, particularly a HBCU. What is a HBCU? A historically black college or university. And the way that they layer and articulate what a bass line does, what a drum line does, unequivocal. Yeah, they could have took this from a militaristic standpoint and taken it from an Army or a Navy band, but that's HBCU drums all day. So we come out of that and we move over. We're like, okay, Ashley, you got me a little energized now. Like, what do I do? Well, what you do is you get a little crunk. And you move over to a whole different playing field. You start to bring the octaves down a little bit. and we need to challenge ourselves and go in a direction that, strays away from this and make our way over to Stray Kids. Y'all, you cannot act like last year Stray Kids did not come for your throat and for your timeliness, for your focus, for your attention with God's Menu. The disrespect of that track. And I'm not even talking about having Felix reach through and tell you that he was looking like a 5-star Michelin. You didn't need that. You didn't need any of that. But the production of God's Menu, stanky. It's a stanky song. God's Menu is produced by members of the actual group. And if you are familiar with any of the podcast episodes that I did about Hiracha, the young men have an amazing knack for creating some really wonderful color, really good depth, and what it is that I'm sorry, it's Felix looking at me. I had to just, sometimes you got to take a moment. I just want God's Menu instrumental because we don't need to hear him. Anybody ever get scared of just hearing Felix? I want you to hear what these young men throw at you. It's chaotic. It's bombastic. It's a little violent, a little aggressive, but it works. Instrumental. We're almost done. This would be so much better if I was doing it on a keyboard. But again, you all know me. Everything is a tragedy. God's Menu was Song of the Year for me. Loving the hair. Well, thank you. She's new. This wig. She's new. She's a little tangled at the bottom right now, but that's all right. God's Menu starts out loud. If anything, we're taken back to 2014, 2015 when brass was making itself known in K-pop. That was a really, really loud year of saxophones, trumpets, and everything in between. You got movement from the immediate moment. You have no idea what's about to happen. You hear all of this fanfare, and it pulls out and they sung him. You like, oh, okay. And then belly, just gut, okay? Like 2020 needed this shit, all right? Like we was gaining weight anyway. We was all gaining weight last year because we wasn't leaving the house. Stray Kids said, you wanted that thick. I'm going to give you this thick on this track. Like, it's violent. And it's so put together so well. You have the vocals coming through, punching you in the face. He's not coming from a head note whatsoever. He's in the booth shouting at your ass. Shouting, okay? In order to get gruff, I'm a woman who wakes up with a naturally husky voice. Earlier during my interview for this event, my voice was hella husky. In order to get gruff, you're pushing from the diaphragm. You're really giving. The song is doing the same thing. The song is meeting him right at his hollering. You get all this loud stuff, these drums going, just, it's a lot going on. Then it calms down. It's a dance track. It's a dance track that has a lot of energy and a lot of buildup. And even if you didn't hear first verse, first bridge, chorus, and then Felix, this song will still get a reaction out of you. It's still going to get a reaction out of you. It's inevitable. It's unavoidable because it commands it. Being able to produce something that with or without the vocals still has that much of a command, that's a great moment in production and delivery, period. So let's take a moment to listen to it. Here we go. Be gentle. I'm scared. In your face. Trap beat. But with all of the brass of EDM. Get a little wild. You got a siren going on in the back. The hell? Bring it back. right in your face the whole time. Now we're gonna bring it down. Real nice. Give you some keyboard. There's a pulse, a literal pulse. Do you hear? The pulse is building, natural. That's an EDM buildup. That's a dance song buildup. Gunshots, bitch. What? These young men went off. They went off on an instrumental. And then they said, oh, we know we flexing on y'all. Let's muffle the beat. Let's muffle the track. Muffle. What do you do with this? 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 You come at our throats. Nobody was prepared. The choreo was stupid. And then suddenly you put a camera on Felix looking like a shit. Like, these young men, these 3 young men, flex their asses off on this instrumental. As a person who produces instrumentals, in order to give you a wild experience, this make you want to go hang from a tree or a monkey bar, you have to put the effort in to make sure that everything is balanced, full body, rough and tumble, and then calms you down just a little bit. We're going to build up so you can get in this gonna get into this chorus, but first let's just like, and when you listen to that section of the song as an instrumental, you're gonna hear a ta 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 in the background. Aside from all these sirens, there is a whole metronome vibe going on in the entire song to maintain a pulse, a ganging up on you pulse. I mean, I know the song is called God's Menu, but if you really wanted Jesus to come down and touch your face like that, like we didn't need this. Y'all do know we have to hear Felix's part. Like we're not gonna be able to avoid that. That's gonna have to happen. So let's go ahead and bring that up. This song is ruthless in all the right ways. All the right ways. Chime be on the board and the stew going dummy. Going ridiculous. Going like, do you need a hug? Are things okay? Are you sure you're all right? I'm sorry, I got stuck. I got stuck for a second. So they still doing their thing and whatnot. Han is out in front of the camera looking real handsome. The choreo is, we not having a great moments in dance choreography. But the choreo, them little nuances when they reach for the menu and pull it back and rock. What do we do? What do we do to deserve? Stop. Okay, all right, let's get on in the chorus. We're just getting to Felix. Give it to us, Hyunjin. Burn it up, yeah! Yes! All right, y'all, here we go. Turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. First and foremost, they sit down in the choreography and put their hands through their legs and then curl them out like spiders. He gotta go. Somebody said, here he go. He gotta go. He gotta go. That's violent. I didn't ask for that. So now that we've assaulted ourselves, we got excited with NCT Dreams and we scared ourselves, well, NCT Dream, and then we scared ourselves with Stray Kids. You know, all good things, all good things. Let's continue at JYP and move over to Twice. Twice has been winning since the moment they stepped on the stage and they opened up the back of the bus door and Momo flipped her hair for all of us. So when you haven't been defeated for this long, you almost feel as if you can't bring anything new to point out on the table. But Fancy was suggested, and Fancy was their first We're Grown song, and I have a big heart for the choreography in that because the choreography is done by Kyle Tootin, who some of you who've been around long enough know him on my channel as Who Is That Baby? Yes, he's done a lot of choreography for a lot of people, but this was just a big moment for them, and it felt like it was a big moment for him too. So I want to talk about not the music production. The song is fun, it's lighthearted, and it has got good energy, but I want to talk about the vocals. The arrangement of this is one that gives me goosebumps. It honestly does. And it's funny that I wasn't even going to acknowledge this until it was suggested. So I'm very grateful to that. Grateful for that. The song Fancy has moments where the women are having their vocal tracks crest over one another. Those I love those things. I've always been known and public about how I love hearing Twice say their name on their tracks. I don't know why. It's really dorky. I have no idea. It feels like a women empowerment thing to me. I don't know. I don't know. But with this song, when you're getting to the bridge, there's something really cool that's just going on. You have I'm really blacking out. You have one member taking the vocal. You have the entirety of the 9 of them ad-libbing. They never ad-lib without each other, which is a common thing for girl groups. It is. But the way that they flex on these doggone vocals, I can't. Let's listen first. Let's make this easy on myself because I'm struggling. I need you to be able to hear what it is I'm trying to articulate because I'm struggling. Okay.
Tell me I'm the only one, babe. I fancy you. I fancy you. Fancy you.
They said twice. The vocals. So what I'm trying to point out while I'm dying, okay, I made sure to rewind it, fast forward it right to the point where they say twice. So you have 1 or 2 who are giving you the harmony, and then you have the rest of them cheer chanting. So they'll repeat a certain word and they go, hey, Hey, has been one of their ad libs since debut. Hey is a big thing for them. So you have them all coming together to give their hey. And then the audio engineer is going to start taking their vocals and start cresting it. He's going to start curving it. Now you're like, okay, cresting, curving. What the hell does that mean? Have you ever you've ever seen videos and or experienced if you've been near a piano or any other string instrument where if you pull at it, it goes like that kind of thing? They're literally doing that. Twice are cheerleaders, which is why they debuted the way that they did and made a note of that little cheer thing in the ooh ah video where they struggling to put their leg on the wall. having that cheer capacity and that cheer pitch allows you to be able to do some very interesting things as the engineer with it. They're all going to sound the same. They're all going to say hey at the same key. Can't get around it. It's the rule. It's also the rule of K-pop when you're a girl. There's not a lot of husky voiced women in the industry, even though they actually are. They don't sing within that range. They sing within the range that sells. But with them, they're going to start pitching it. And it's just interesting. And I'm suffering trying to explain it without you hearing it. So don't be that way. Every time I react. Here we go. Flexing now. They're cheerleaders. They're freaking cheerleaders. There's no other way to really explain it. This is a cappella. Ooh, wow, Ashley. Okay, I kind of hear what you're saying, but I'm not a girl group fan. Now let's listen to this part with the music so you can hear the emphasis of those cheer chant moments. I love, like, yeah, I know I'm fangirling. I know I'm fangirling. But the music was produced around that section of the song to let you hear them do that crazy chant stuff. Now it's louder. Song coming all the way from here. So Twice is good for those moments when you want to feel like you're a cheerleader. There's no other way for me to really explain it. Every song is going to have a cheer chant aspect to it. They are very, very darn good at it. And if you don't believe it, the whole chorus to dance, stop, not right. That's a cheer. Dance, stop, not right. Let's dance the night away. That's a cheer. They're cheerleaders. They are cheerleaders. So we've picked apart three things. One song I wasn't too certain if I was going to go back on or not. I hadn't made a decision, but I guess I will. I've talked about this song before. This is from Taeyeon of, you know what? No, not her. We're going back to NCT. We're going to Taeyong and his solo work. I want you, oh my God, why didn't I think of this? Well, I'm thinking of it now. We're going over to the song that he just recently released. And I have had a particular part of it on loop for days on end. Taeyong puts music on his SoundCloud very often. And it's really good. He produces it, he writes it, the whole 9 yards. However, this particular song, Swimming Pool has a moment where he's rapping and he comes out of the rap and he goes right into vocalizing. And listen, that man is an enigma. He goes right into vocalizing, expressing what he's feeling. And I promise you, we've never seen this side of him. Now, those of you who are not a fan of NCT or not necessarily really aware of him, he's known for his exceptionally deep voice, his disturbingly deep voice. So in the song Swimming Pool, he's talking about how being in the water can wash away, you know, your feelings of who you are. So the verses are like, what am I? I'm trying to catch something that can't be seen. I'm running with effort, blah, blah, blah. Just self-reflective. And nothing is more reflective than water, mirrors, but water. And at the end of the song, there's a buildup that's happening where there feels like there's some just a buildup of emotion and angst and confusion. And he gets to a point where the song opens up for him to have clarity. So he's rapping his behind off, trying to get you to know what he's going through. And he gets to the end and he hollers out, Nagaboto Tue. And he just holds that, and it gets harsher and more intense as he's going. And the song is muffled. So you feel like you're in water with this young man while he is just letting you know, I'm hurting. With that, and it's just growling, and you like, bruh, sir, like, it's intense. And then it hollows out, and it's just him swimming, pool, hey, swimming. It's nice. It's nice. So I'm going to give that to y'all as our closing song. And I encourage you to look it up or find it on YouTube or go to his SoundCloud. And just, if you go to SoundCloud, you're able to leave comments and just see how people react to that part. It's funny seeing the pop-ups of what they have to say. Cover your neck, Ashley. That's right. Everything is not okay to 25 plus daughters. It's not all right. The song is not overwhelmingly great. But boy, this part is. Like, completely. This man has a deep voice. What was happening in that booth? Were you crying? I will hold you. Do you need a tissue? You vampire? Did they not provide you with fresh blood? What happened that made you feel like you need to go? Like what? What happened? What happened, baby? One more time. More grunt, more grit, a growl. Swimming, pool, swimming. You in the water now. And he just ad-libbing his ass off in the bag. Hey, swimming, pool, swimming, ad-libbing. We've never heard this man cut up like this. He don't cut up like this on an NCT track. He can't. He can't. He's not allowed. There's a formula that must be followed. The song is dope. One more time for the growl, and then we're going to close it up, because I just like to hear him sound like he's in angst. That bass. It's magic. It's magic. The ending of that song is the most beautiful thing ever. From him taking that moment of riding that note out, him ad-libbing. He's both doing ad-libs in terms of words, and he's doing runs while he's saying swimming, pool, swimming. There's a lot of depth to end a song. The song is not long at all. And he gives you so much in the end, a side of him we've never seen as fans and consumers. And that is why the song is dope as hell. Ladies and gents and thems, we've come a long way on this YouTube channel, you and I. But now we must say goodbye. It's time to wrap up this segment. And I'm very thrilled to have come back after all these months to just have one more moment with y'all. I know it's bittersweet to leave, but retirement is retirement, and you can't tease about that. So I appreciate your time, your energy, your entertainment. I will not take this video down. YouTube might, of course, but I won't take this video down. This is ours to have. This was our moment, just reconnecting after months. You all know that you can always find me on social media at Multifacetedacg. I'm always down to talk music. Please continue to support my podcast. Leave a rating for it on all the little podcast platforms and all that good stuff. Instagram Live, I'll stop by from time to time, but not as often as this. I'm enjoying the private life. It's been really good for me. It's been really good. So, of course, you know, I'm always going to leave you with something positive, because that's the community that we will always have. YouTube will never break that. We always have each other in this way. So you are loved. You are greatly valued, deeply missed beyond words. I miss the energy that we had here in this space, but I'm always around. Thank you for your support. Know that I love you. I care about you all. I hope that you are as healthy as possible in all shape, forms, and fashion during this time in all of our lives. And that you do check out more information from NAMI.org if you are here in the United States, so you can learn more about their initiatives for helping fight the stigmas of mental health and mental wealth, as we made a mistake talking about yesterday. So that's it, McWallas. I don't want to leave yet. It just feels odd, but I have to. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, okay? Bye, y'all.